Morning junior squads, hope you had a good weekend. Clean your warm-up area, get a drink, and we're going to start the third last live session with being game, but first we're going to do shin box lifts. So keep your helmets in, get to eating now. So just rock your knees side to side. If you can't lift yourself up, use your hands, cheat a little bit. Make sure I can stay on the camera. So this is where you start to mobilise your hips and your glutes a little bit. After you've done 8, we're going to go a streamline toe touch. Okay, how you doing, Cara? Yeah, I assumed you were going to struggle for signal while you were running around Croatia, but glad to have you back. How you doing today, Luke? Okay, so streamline, remember, use the wall and try and round yourself up as much as you can. It might not look like it, but I'm having to struggle quite a lot to go down rather than hit forward. Okay, how you doing today, Molly and Zach and Pranas and Zach and Megan? Okay, 8 streamline toe touches into 8 windmills. And how are you today? Dylan as well, and Hannah. Wow, a lot of you today. So, hands overhead, hinge back, try to keep your legs straight, and then rotate. So if you want to make it harder, spread your feet more, keep your hand on the outside of your leg. And the lower you go, it's like a tougher version of thread the needle. How's it going, Harry and Joe and Clelia? Oh, how's it going? I'm glad you made it back okay. Then windmills go into leg swings. So remember guys, start getting your comments in there for being game if you want to see anything in particular. Make sure you keep your lower back straight on the leg swings. Side to side. Okay, other leg. So you might not kick so high. So this is better than your back just rounding up like a worm. Have I repainted? We have. Yeah, I went to pick my daughter up on Saturday. I came back and Demi had got bored and finished off painting the top of the room. Then leg swings, we're going to go glute bridge march. Okay, thank you, Cara. And Zach as well. It's going to be a good round of bean game. So glute bridge march, hips off the floor, keep them up. I'm just going to take 8 steps. So 1, 2, 3. If you can, try and walk them further away. All the way to straight leg. Without your hips sinking down. Then squat jump to finish off. Oh, thank you. Demi! Yeah? Luke says the room looks really good. The painting. Okay, squat down and jump. So do the first couple in your own time. Shake your legs out. And then we'll start throwing in the pauses at the end. Okay, morning Nancy. Okay, then take your marks.
Morning.
Go. Ryan joining in as well. So we haven't got any axle presses in the session, Ryan. Oh, Cara likes it too.
Thank you.
Then, oh, that's supposed to be mountain climber bursts. Oh well, we'll do them on Friday. Right, so session, big old deloads. It's the last week, but it's been 4 weeks of you doing this section of training. So we're going to strip it right back. Hopefully you'll start to see some of that fitness show up. You can use it in the water, and then we'll go, I'll explain next week a bit more at the end of the session. So wall walk, 3 of them, then 8 of everything. So 8 press-up plank march, 8 Russian twists, so 4 on each side, 4 rotation plank rollovers, 8 Spider-Man push-ups, 8 airplanes, so 4 each side. We're going to do the bean game now, so that's giving me some more time to put comments in. And we're going to start, I've lost them, with, okay, 3, no, I need the timer. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So string bean, baked bean, super bean, so stand up, baked bean, rolling bean, broad bean, into runner bean, into jelly bean, into jumping bean, into string bean again. Okay, can't actually start with string bean, so there's the first one. Then jumping, runner bean, into rolling bean. I've just seen pop up. And then stop. That's round 1, so I can go back and read it again. Okay, so I'm still going to do string bait jelly roll broad. 3, 2, 1, go. So string bean, baked bean, jelly bean, rolling bean, broad bean. Broad bean, then we'll go broad again for Zach. Into bake, string, runner, go straight back, knees up to hip height. Then baked, broad bean, jelly bean. Then press, so we'll go rolling bean, runner bean, and then stop. I'll finish that off, and then we'll do the 3rd round. Okay, how you doing today, Liv? Round 3 jelly bean of bean game in 2, 1, go. So, jelly bean, rolling bean, runner bean. All these runners to make up for the ones I missed. Okay, and then runner bean again. Into string bean, broad bean, jumping bean, broad bean, string bean, baked bean, broad bean, into runner bean, string bean, jumping bean, and relax. Whew, time for a drink. Right, so session will start with wall walk. There's 3 reps. I'm doing wall walks, don't come through. Safety first, guys. So, 3, 2, 1, and go. Hopefully I look a bit more graceful today, Luke. So you guys are going to do walks like normal. I'm going to keep practicing taps, but feel free to join in if you want. It's just a slightly different skill for you to get good at. Press up plank march, so a little break, And we're doing 4 press-up plank marches on each leg with a little hold. 3, 2, 1, go. Six, 7, 8. So holding for longer, less reps, concentrate more on squeezing your hips. And then next is Russian twist. So grab a ball or a bag, just 4 on each side. 3, 2, 1, go. So try and hold it off the floor. Keep it far away from you. And try and keep your face forward while your chest rotates. And stop. And with that, I keep doing it too, but make sure that you don't have to push your face forward when you rotate a lot. Then rotation plank rollover. So make some space. You want to press a plank. We're going to roll in 3, 2, 1, go. So to your side. Remember, if you want, you can try and do it on the spot. 4, and then 4, so you're just kind of playing here. We're trying to keep your hips up high. And stop. And a little break before we go into Spider-Man press-ups. So a 4-inch position. Let us know what kind of crazy alternatives you come up with. 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, right hand forward, left foot forward. If you want to learn a new one, start from the ground, so lie down flat. Practice pushing with your hands. Take a deep breath. And push up. And swap to make sure it's even. And just make sure that your shoulders don't come up before your hips. If they do, get one of your parents, get someone else to do the belt trick. Put it under your hips. And then practice having a different position, so left knee and right hand maybe. A little break. All you're doing is just trying to be creative about where your feet and your hands are during your push-ups. Finish off with the airplane. So, 2, 1, go. 4 on each side. Luke, I'm going to cheat, but I'm guessing you're better at these than me now, so you shouldn't need to. But 1 foot on the radiator. Leading with your hips. Then swap. So it might be different for you, but I can keep my balance better if I just keep looking at the floor. So if I do this, and turn my face, doesn't go so well unless I'm stretching my hands to the floor and ceiling. And then push your foot down. So as I twist, it's almost like I'm jumping. So push your legs straight. Keep pushing. Then relax. So that's the one that's going to take a little extra time today. Just trying to encourage your hips to open up and rotate. the more comfortable they are, it's still better than me the earbuds. Well, we'll see soon enough, Luke. If as lockdown starts to go away, we get some pre-pull done. So back to the start then. Wall walks, 3 reps. In 2, 1, go. So round 2. Gotta make sure I don't wreck Debbie's nice paintwork. And remember, today should feel easier than normal. So think back to week 1 of lockdown training. All the things you were doing that you found difficult. We'll practice some of them this week. But just think about how much easier they are. Then we'll go press a plank march. In 2, 1, go. The obvious exception, I think, for you guys is push-ups. I don't want anyone to feel bad about not being able to do 100 push-ups, because it comes with age and practice. Stop there. So try not to do extra work. Even if you're tempted, if it feels like it's too easy, let me know and I can look at that for Wednesday. But the point of today, it's almost just like testing yourself to see how easy you find it compared to 5 months ago. Crazy thought. Russian twists in 2, 1, go. I mean, I still sweat the same, but I do find it a lot easier personally, so I'm sure you guys are the same. So Russian twist, my upper back mobility's gotten better, but it means that I start doing this. I'm trying to push my neck forward. You want to try and keep your neck relaxed. So even if you have to bring it in a little bit, just keep your head where it is at the beginning. I would do that. Because it's not you don't want to get into the habit of moving your core with your head doing this. Or your hips are going to rise when you're in the water, and then you'll get told off. So we'll do rotation plank rollover next. So remember, on the spot, spread yourself out. Just make sure you keep your body as straight as you can. 2, 1, go. So 4 rolls on each side. It's a lot tougher on your upper back if you try and do it strict, so keep your feet planted. If I roll this way. So feet on the side. Then control your fall through your shoulder. If you move your feet around a lot, it's a lot much easier, but it looks better. Stop there, we'll go Spider-Man press up. In 2, 1, go. So remember, 4 with your right hand forward, 4 with your left. Legs, have a play. So you could even go 4 with your right hand forward, 2 of them with your right knee forward, and then 2 with your left, and then switch. So left hand forward down. just keep double checking the things I told you. So when you push, make sure your elbow's above your wrist like this. It's out here to the side somewhere. It's not going to work very well. It's not very strong. Hand under elbow. It's like when you open a door. Like that. So next is airplanes. So forward each side again. 2, 1, go. I'm going to alternate with the radiator and without. Look. Okay, then switch sides. I'd say the best way to know this is working, oh wow, is that if you push your heel down, you'll feel a stretching the leg you're standing on, while the other one just flips around. So one more from the side. And stop. So all the movement up and down, I feel it's been controlled around here. So on a break, before we stop the last round, go back into wall walk. And the other problem is making sure you don't lean too much. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Last round. Okay. Again, safety first, guys. I just don't want Debbie to open the door and flip me over onto my back. I'm sure it would look funny though. Almost. So if you're doing shoulder taps, the more upside down you get, the harder it'll be. So make sure you keep tight, you don't rock side to side. Into press up plank march. In 3, 2, 1, go. 4 on each side. Hold for a few. 2. And then try and push your toes far away from your head. So flat back. And stop. So you just want to make sure that your body gets very long while you're doing that, and don't drop your hips. Russian twist. In 3, 2, 1, go. Cool. So you want to start practicing having your feet off the floor, but keep your lower back straight. So I still feel that a lot around the front of my hips, but I was able to do it without it burning too much. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Dylan, you could easily just hold your dumbbells like that if you wanted to use them for this. And then we're going to go rotation plank rollover. In 2, 1, go. So if you plant your feet, it's harder because you have to use your core to pull you up. So if you're on, everyone can do rotation planks, that's quite simple. you're here, you want your feet wider, so then you can use your stomach to pull you onto your side again. And then your hips and hamstrings are working really hard to keep your hips high. Just stop there, and we'll go Spider-Man press up. In 2, 1, go. So remember that the cool thing about concentric only, so when you do it from the floor up, is that your brain's going to start figuring out the pattern, and I hope you'll learn quicker. So instead of you struggling to go down, shaking, back making weird shapes, start from there. It's less tiring, you can concentrate more on how you look while you do it, and then you'll improve faster, even though you're still working very hard. I think it's harder to concentrate with your head than it is just to work really hard with your body sometimes. Then finish off airplane. So forward each side. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, then swap sides. I think that arm's running it for me. Oh. And there you go. Yeah, but you'll pick it up soon enough, Cara. Push some more walks are definitely the hardest part of the session, Cara, but I wouldn't worry too much. Like I said, a couple of weeks off, think about how long it took you, how much work you had to put in to get to where you were. That 1 week back training, it will just come straight back to you. That's the great thing about training. If you do it fairly consistently, it'll never leave you and you'll stay fit and healthy. So, well done, glad to have you back. Then we'll go into some mobility stuff. So grab your foam rollers or your cushions. So actually, Cara, it probably worked out well that we were doing a deload this week. And we're only finishing like 3 minutes early. So quad roll. So this is the magic one. If I ever see you on poolside and you want help because of your knee or your hip, this is the one that you've got to have been doing. Like, I won't really be able to help you much if you haven't been doing quad mobility work, because if they're tight, it's going to start affecting things above and below it. So if you do a really good job of rolling out your quadriceps like this, and then something's wrong, I'll definitely have a much better idea of what we can do to help you. Which is something that I have to tell people of all ages, not just older swimmers or young swimmers, other athletes too. Like football, rugby, all the ones you think you want to look after your quads. It's even weirder when I'm rolling my left quad, I bend my knee, the outside of my knee pops there, doesn't hurt, but it's just something that I've learned. Especially with the videos ending this week, or the live videos ending, any questions you have, you're going to have to hunt me down because I won't be here in the mornings to answer them live. So hamstrings, hamstring floss. Okay, so side to side. Try and pull your heel towards you while you're sitting on the roller. If you lift your hips up, so you're sitting down, hips off the floor, and then gently lift your knee up and push it down. It's going to do some great work on your, like the big nerve at the top of your leg. Ooh. The same thing. It's better having both feet on the ground for this because you're more stable. If you go foot up, you spend more time thinking about pushing your hands down instead of working your hamstring. And but I'm still finding Spider-Man push-ups hard. Does a few switch to the ones. Perfect. It's absolutely the. I don't even have to tell you anymore, Pranas. Like you've been so coachable during these videos that you've learned all of my tricks. Airplane's still a struggle. That, and to be fair, you guys are still growing. So I should be getting better at them because I'm older. I'm kind of set with the body I've got. You guys, you'll do 1 week where you feel amazing, and then you'll have a little growth spurt, and it's like you're learning in a whole new body. So, well, good. Like you'll go far from that. So if you can do Russian twists, that covers probably everyone's favorite core exercise, especially in swimming. I've never understood it. I don't like Russian twists, but they do serve a purpose. Then hips. So the standing hip, because we start with a shin box. So plant your feet, hips to the side. You can do this as foam rolling. It's just good to remind you of your options. So you want to make sure you don't lean forward. So if I was to do the stretch and lean, I'll hit the wall. Hips go back, stretch stops working. Switch sides. Same with going backwards. If I do this, stretch, and then tell you that I'm not feeling it. Although sometimes with younger people, you just don't realise that you're doing it. It's not deliberate. You're not like slouching. But you just got to think about what position. How far do your hips go in front of the leg that you're standing on? So if you look there, they're on top. Push them, don't quite feel it yet. Push them out, I can feel that a lot. It's not really a lot of difference. But something to think about, especially for everyone, because those muscles work really hard to make sure that your legs can stay in position while they kick instead of like going up and down and round and round. And yeah, I'll bet, Claudia, when's your first session back? Yeah, absolutely. I should have said that too. Miller, being tall is horrendous. We were doing pre-pull with the older squad outside, not the tall ones when it was windy, just couldn't hold themselves because of the wind. So you've my absolute sympathies. I've been this height since I was 12, weirdly. What do we need to do? Chest. So we'll do some rolling for that. What are your other favourites, Luke? You've got quite a few. But it's hard to tell because you're always so enthusiastic about even the things you don't like. Which admittedly is a great characteristic to have as a person. Which you're going to start to find the older you get and the more you do school and other things, that if you want to be enthusiastic about stuff, it's going to help carry you a lot. So arm up. I think we've done shoulder recoveries for a while, but chest on the roller, hand by your side, and then do IYTW. You're very welcome, Harry. Hope you had a good time with the session today. Oh, we were done with that, haven't we? So lats, we're going to finish with lats just to change things up. So let me think. So next week, your lead coach will talk to you about which videos. So there will be videos, but they're going to be pre-recorded and uploaded onto YouTube and Facebook. They're going to be released on certain days. So, like Cantier, because of COVID, we're going to do a video on Wednesday. You don't have to do it where you'll be in the pool, won't you, at 7 at the usual time, but there'll be a video for you to do at some point, so you're not missing out on land training. And who else? Did Regional watch this video? Yeah, Regional, so depending on your age, Matt will talk to you about which video to watch and when. So basically talk to your squad coaches. There will still be videos. You can still comment. I'll still answer anything you want. But I will be back in SSP, so I won't be able to wake up early and do them live. So, oh, that sounds awesome. Have fun. Say hi to Steve and I think Steve and Matt are doing it today. And, oh, other side. I didn't roll this side. I'll do it later. Well, I better do it now. So remember, arm up, doesn't matter what stroke you're doing, you want your arms to kind of be in the positions they'd be during the stroke. So if you're thinking like backstroke mobility, you're on your back and your hands up here, that's the position you want your arm over your head while you're doing the foam rolling, because you're going to have your lats stretched, but they're going to be a little bit tense from trying to hold your arm. Things like that. Breast, quads, you need your knees to stay high when you're on your front at the outset of your kick, so that's why you need to be foam rolling with a bent knee instead of a straight leg. Little things like that. Have a think. You're probably going to be much smarter with your answers than me. Can it be yes? So I'd assume we'll talk to Nikki about which videos she wants you guys to do. But like I said, you don't have to be in those squads. It'll be on the club YouTube. You can watch whichever ones you're comfortable with. Just talk to your lead coach, and they'll probably make some recommendations, and you can still comment and answer. Like, I'm not going to turn anyone away if you're enthusiastic, and I'll still support you as much as I can, Luke, so don't worry about that. Have a good day, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Take care, guys. Good work.